in Autopolis.
Okay, so confirmation of the starting grid. On 1, Fujiwara, outstanding. Jakrit, also outstanding. And Koyama, making it Japan on 1 and 3 on the grid. Onto the second row, more Japanese success. Okamura, Tamada, Ratapong, making it a high Japanese 1-2 throughout the first grid. The Malaysians come in. Zakwan in 7. Inagaki 8th. Zamri Baba, the championship leader, 9th. Iwata, Ahmad Fuad, and Mohammed Farid Badrul, making up row 4. In row 5, Yuki Ito will be on 14, Dimas Eki, and then Thailand's Pirawat and Suhatai alongside Shogo Nishiyama on row 6. Row 7, Yudhishthira, he'd like to be a little bit further up the grid than there. Haslan Shah, who had an excellent outing, as did Fadley. Patrick Olsen and Michael Blair, the Aussies, haven't found life easy here, and Ahmed Afif on row 8, and finally on row 9, Nagano and another Aussie.
Now getting ready for race, the main race in the ARRC Super Sports 600cc. Of course, all eyes will be on Katsuaki Fujiwara. This is his home track, this is his own office, as we call it. He knows the track very, very well, like the back of his hand, and every corner, in all conditions that we saw, Katsuaki Fujiwara can set the fastest time. And last year he got a very tough fight from another Japanese rider, but he's not here this time around. But I believe Fujiwara will have some sort of battle between him and Koyama and Okamura. And we are hoping that Swangswat can give us more surprise in this race together with Ratapong Wilarot, Tamada and Zakwan Zaidi, the Honda contingent, to give at least a good run for the money for the Kawasaki of Katsuaki Fujiwara.
Okay, so the 600cc Super Sports race number 1 of the day about to get underway. Nobody's been left behind. The riders are all just making their way into their appointed slots. On row 1, Fujiwara, Jakrit from Thailand, and Koyama, Kawasaki, Honda. Row 2, Okamura, Tamada, and Ratapong, Kawasaki, Honda. The championship leader, Zamri Baba, is 9th on the grid on row number 3. We are seconds away from race number 1 of the day, race number 5 of the season. What can Zamri Baba do? Yudhishthira, who's way down the grid as well, is currently 2nd in the standings. So Fujiwara, who's 3rd on the standings with 49 points, will be looking to get away. And Fujiwara on the right of your screen is away very quickly. Fujiwara, oh, he was magnificent in qualification, and he's immediately stamped his authority on the first corner here. He's fastest away, and he leads in, and we've got
a crash behind.
We've got a crash. Oh, and looks okay.
Yeah, he's okay. I don't think he can continue the race. And back in front, we have Katsuaki Fujiwara with a good start. Of the race. Here's what happened.
Let's just have a look at the tail. Oh, he was just caught late, wasn't he? And that caused a little bit of mayhem, but yes, he's up and running. It's injured to the pride more than anything else, but Fujiwara leads the way in race number 1. Behind him, Koyama and Okamura and Tamada are making it very much a Japanese procession at the moment. And keeping an eye out for Zamri Baba. Look to see if Zamri's been able to make any kind of input.
Well, we see how the Ratapong Wilarot's soft tire can give him any help. Early part of this race, he's 6th on the grid, bike number 59 and 17. Also had a problem with his bike.
Well, that was Michael Blair, it was, who came off.
At the moment, still Katsuaki Fujiwara leading the race as expected, but still early. We have 12 laps to go. And look at the time that Fujiwara set in the qualifying, 1:55. He set 1:53 last year here during dry weather condition, and now we have Jackie Swanswat following very close behind in the early part of the race in Super Sports category. So it's difficult for us to say how the race will look like. We wait until the 2nd or 3rd lap, but at the moment we still have Fujiwara leading the back.
and leading the way very convincingly. Perfect lines as they come up through the tunnel for the first time. It's a 12-lap race over the start-finish line. Fujiwara leads from Koyama, Ratapong in third, Zakwan's got himself up to fourth, Jakrit down to fifth, Ahmad Fuad sixth. Where is Zamri Baba? He started ninth, he remains ninth, 1.662 off the pace being set by Katsuaki Fujiwara.
But the best part is that from the Katsuaki Fujiwara to Ahmad Fuad Barudin is currently sixth, less than a second between them. So still close among these riders. This is very good for the spectators and very good for Super Sport 600cc, because we will want to see a good battle between these riders. And at the moment right now, Katsuaki Fujiwara is still in front, but watch out for Koyama, and also Villarod made a good start, currently third, but he's using a soft compound tire, and we don't know how long the tire will last for. We can do good for Ratapong, but it's not currently third.
Okay, so it's Koyama is putting the pressure on Fujiwara, but it's the pole setter Fujiwara who is leading the way and looking supremely confident. Koyama on the T-Pro UZ Honda in his slipstream, and that's Ratapong, as you say, on the soft compound, still holding on to third as they make the trip up the hill. It's the long left, short right, and then they'll sweep under the bridge. And Fujiwara has led from the start from pole and looks to be in imperious form, and that little trio are breaking away. Koyama is sticking to the back wheel of Fujiwara, and Ratapong is also hanging in there as well on the soft compound tyre.
I think it's number 21 is Zakwan Saidi. Yes, Koyama and Zakwan. So the three top riders now. It's good for Zakwan to be in front to continue his good run in the ARRC after Sentul. And the top three is trying to break away from the group. We have around 0.8 seconds between Ratapong and also Fujiwara. Now we already see the pattern of the race. We have top three. It is Fujiwara, Koyama and Zakwan.
Jakrit, after his excellent start, has dropped off the pace quite a bit. But yeah, it's Fujiwara, Koyama, Zakwan, who's in fourth place in the overall championship standings. Got the win in Sentul, so his confidence will be high. He'll know that he can play with the big boys. There is Zakwan on the tail. We're still looking round for Zamri Baba. Zamri currently a long way down. Where is he? No, he's got into the top six, Zamri Baba, just 1.047. So he's working his way nicely up the field as well, the championship leader Zamri Baba. In many ways, he might just be letting Fujiwara get away with this and making sure he picks up as many points as he can, Zamri.
Now we have another Honda rider just overtook Zakwan. That's number 100 is Makoto Tamada. Tamada just joined. Is it Tamada? Yes, I think. No, it's Zamri Baba. Pardon me, Zamri Baba third. Well, Zamri is not going to be happy with me when Zamri is currently third. Just overtook Zakwan Saidi.
Well, it's a contented look in there. 10 laps to go. It's a 12-lap race. And having started ninth on the grid, Zamri has got himself up to a top three place with Zakwan trying to go on the inside, but still it's Fujiwara leading from Koyama. And Jakrit, who had a really good start, he's now trailing down in 8th or 9th place. But there's the two Hondas of Zakwan and Zamri.
Yes, we have two Hondas. Bonjour from Team Honda Malaysia. We have Zakwan now. He's breathing just behind Koyama. So Zakwan and Zamri working together. Now Zakwan or Zamri trying to make his move. Not for now. Koyama still protecting his second place behind Fujiwara.
Yes, in the lower placings, Ratapong still up there in 5th place. Demaseki 6th. Ahmad Fuad dropped down to 7th. But the race between the top four, and it's been a terrific last lap for Zamri Baba, because he was in 9th at the start. He was 9th at the end of lap 1, 6th at the end of lap 2, and now he's into 3rd place and an opportunity to challenge, and posting the fastest lap of 1:55.690.
Well, we have Fujiwara in front as what we expected, but the good thing is that we have quite a number of riders right behind Fujiwara. So this is not what we have seen before in previous years when Fujiwara is racing here alone in front of everybody. But we have a group of riders behind Fujiwara. The two Hondas of Malaysia. We have Zakwan and also Zamri with Koyama following closely. Now we have a huge group fighting for P1.
It almost seems like Fujiwara is just holding himself back a little bit. He's in control of the race, so he's leading from the front, but it doesn't seem like he's giving it his all as he just gently is into the long left-hander. Behind him, it seems like there's an awful lot more work going on the part of Zamri Baba and Zakwan Zaidi.
Hey, that seems like Fujiwara is just pacing himself around the track and allowing all the riders following behind him. It's like it's a game of following the leader, but this is not what we've seen before in previous years, because we have 3 or 4 riders in front, but maybe now they start to make them move with 9 laps to go.
Fujiwara from Koyama, from Zamri, from Zakwan, from Ratapong, from Dimas Eki, 0.09 of a second between them. Yudhishthira's made a move up into 7th place. That'll be good for him. He's second in the overall standings. Ahmad Afif in 8th. So
Zamri just made his move. Now Zamri Baba is second in front of Koyama, and now Koyama has to regain his second place, but he has Zakwan Zaidi behind him.
Now Zamri from 9th into 2nd. Still, he's got the mountainous task of getting past Fujiwara.
Nobody can do that. Here in Autopolis, he only lost once here due to a technical failure. The rest that he won all the races here convincingly, I must say, here in Autopolis. If Zamri can do that, well, it's going to be great for Zamri Baba, and also it can do great for him in the title championship. He just did that by beating Fujiwara. Now Zamri Baba leading the race in Autopolis.
My word, and he's gone flying past him. Fujiwara has a little look on the inside, but Zamri, that is a statement from Mohammed Zamri Baba. They had a right old ding-dong battle in Sepang on the first round, and now Zamri, I think, is saying to Fujiwara, you may be the main man here, but tell you what, I'm here to stay.
Zamri Baba now leading the race. We still have 8 laps to go. We've seen this last year when Aslan Shah and another rider from Japan giving a very hard battle for Fujiwara, but still he won the race here. And now Zamri is showing Fujiwara he can do the same as well. And also what we have Koyama, who had a great weekend here in Autopolis. And you're also waiting for Zakwan Zaidi to make his move.
Here's how Zamri took Fujiwara. I think Fujiwara, he's looking just a little bit complacent. He looked like he was in control, and Zamri came round the outside on the top of the hill, and Zamri Baba leads. Fujiwara second, Koyama third, Zakwan fourth, Yuki Ito is up to 5th, and Iwata 6th. So Japanese in 4 of the top 6 slots.
I surely would love to find out what's happening for Fujiwara right now, because it doesn't seem like the same Fujiwara that we know racing in Autopolis. So perhaps he has a problem with his bike or anything, or it's just that this is his own pace. This is what he want to do in this race. This part of his strategy. You have Yuki Ito now. Yuki Ito, who did well here last year. Now Yuki Ito third in this group.
It's suddenly we've got a race, and Fujiwara has made a move on the inside. Same place that he was overtaken last time. Hey, you don't overtake me, says Fujiwara. I know this track. I know where I can get back.
Fujiwara back in front. Zamri Baba in second place. But, well, we have Yuki Ito. Surprisingly, we know that behind was Koyama and Zakwan Zaidi. Then suddenly here comes Yuki Ito, who had a good battle here last year with Zamri Baba, and now he's currently third. Behind him is Koyama, and I believe Zakwan is losing a little bit down to 5th place.
Okay, so then Fujiwara leads, Zamri Baba second, Ito, who posted a lap time of 1:55.677, is really pouring on the power, but Fujiwara having lost that little bit of concentration, comes through in the lead, 0.115 ahead of Zamri. Yuki Ito third, Koyama fourth, Iwata fifth, Zakwan indeed, as you say, has dropped down to sixth, Dimas Eki seventh, and Jakrit, he's recovered after a poor start, he's now back up to eighth.
Well, this is almost like a underbone racing here now. Oh,
Well, he's gone past him again, hasn't he? I tell you, Zamri is going to try to make as many statements as he can to Fujiwara. I still get the impression that Fujiwara is a little bit complacent here.
We have all top, I can see around us, 8 riders now quite close to each other.
And Fujiwara's been taken by Ito as well. I'm wondering, has Fujiwara got a problem out there?
This is not very Fujiwara style here in Autopolis. He would like to race with his style here in Autopolis and win it in style as well. And now he's currently down to third behind Zamri and Fuji. Come Yuki Ito.
What a move as they go down the hill. Once again, we have a little look at how Yuki Ito has gone through the inside of Fujiwara. And is this complacency or are there problems with the bike of Fujiwara?
It's hard to tell because it is a very not like Fujiwara racing in Autopolis like this, but like I said just now, I'm not really sure what happened to him. We saw on the grid with his usual confidence, leg on the handle. We know that he is ready for the race, so he doesn't show any sort of problem at all.
So here is Yuki Ito as he comes round the final corner before the slingshot into the home straight. He was fifth at the end of the previous lap. He will be in the lead as we come down with 5 laps to go. We're just over the midpoint of this race, and Yuki Ito leads 0.30 ahead of Zamri. Fujiwara fourth, Koyama fifth, Iwata and Zakwan making up the top 6. Dimaseki, Jakrit and Ratapong make up the 9. Tamada is in 10th, and I'd like you to keep a close eye on the bike of Fujiwara to see if there's a problem, because Yuki Ito looks like he's actually extending his lead.
Yeah, we have Yuki Ito surprisingly in front, starting from 14 on the grid, and we thought that it's going to be easy for Fujiwara once again, and I'm sure that he's aware that he has to collect the maximum points here in Autopolis and in Suzuka to narrow the gap between him and Zamri Baba if he wants to reclaim his title in the Supersport 600cc. And at the moment right now, with 5 laps to go, the script is very different from what Fujiwara would expect.
Ito on the Yamaha leads. Best lap time 155.67, and making a move on the inside of Zamri Baba. He's back in the game, is Fujiwara. Dare we doubt him? Fujiwara, this is his track. He's now second, and he has got Yuki Ito in his sights. And Zamri Baba, well, he was just left trailing. Once again, it's that position at the top of the hill where so much of the overtaking is taking place.
This is just like watching ADZ or the underbone category. We have a huge group in front battling for P1, especially the top 3. Now we have just now we had Yuki Ito, Zamri Baba, and also Fujiwara battling for P1, and closing down behind them is Koyama and Satoru Iwata. But in front, still, all eyes will be on Fujiwara, who's making his move.
So Ito leads as they come into the home straight. 4 laps to go as they cross the start-finish line. Ito ahead of Fujiwara, Zamri, Koyama, Iwata, Zakwan in 6th. And the distance, the time between 1 and 6, 1.04 seconds. It is that tight. Ito still leads from Fujiwara, but Fujiwara is now a lot more focused and is putting his pressure on the back of Yuki Ito.
Less than a second between the top 5 riders. That's how close it is in this Supersport 600cc. And once again, Yuki Ito is riding very well in front, keeping his line, not giving any chance for Fujiwara, but we're not sure for how long, because Fujiwara is breathing on his neck.
4 laps to go as they approach the lower half of this 4.7 kilometer track, 6-7 kilometer track. It's the sun is still out, the conditions are still very good, it's perfect for racing. Yuki Ito,
Yeah.
the sharp right into the left-hander, and Fujiwara under pressure is Yuki Ito. And a change, Zakwan
Zamri lost a place to Koyama now. Koyama up to third and Zamri down to fourth.
So Zamri, who at one stage was threatening to blow this race away, is now down into fourth place, and the championship leader is having to work hard to stay on the tail of the three Japanese ahead of him.
Well, the mathematics is very easy for Zamri Baba for him to win the title this year. And from now on, he has to be in front of Fujiwara no matter what. And if he can do that, then it's going to be the title will belongs to Zamri, especially here in Autopolis. But it seems now he's about 2 places behind Fujiwara.
So Ito leads, Fujiwara second, Ayama third, and Zamri Baba is in fourth. As we come through, Ito, the gap is 0.13. Koyama in third, 0.34 behind. Zamri and Iwata making it 4 out of the top 5 from Japan, with Zakwan Zaidi 1.19 down in 6th. So the work for Zamri Baba is to try to get into the top 3 initially, and to try to put pressure on Fujiwara, as Fujiwara puts pressure on Ito as they take the long right-hander. 3 laps to go. It's certainly a Japanese party out there.
Well, this is interesting to see the race very close in the Super Sport 600cc with less than second within the top 5, and we have Yuki Ito. He's trying very hard to maintain his place in front of Fujiwara, but I'm looking at Zamri Baba right now because he's still currently 4th and he's still doing very well to keep his pace with the top 3 riders. And behind Zamri is number 34,
Fujiwara has made his move on the Kawasaki. Same place, top of the hill. He goes on the inside, and Fujiwara on the Kawasaki goes on the inside of the Yamaha of Yuki Ito. And having been displaced from top spot with 2.5 laps to go, he's made his move, Fujiwara, once again. He just likes to stamp his authority. He was just playing with us.
Yeah, well, it's hard to believe that if Fujiwara will let anybody else to win here, unless if he had a problem, of course, and it seems too good to be true for Ito as well. But at the moment now, with 3 laps to go, it's still not guaranteed yet for Fujiwara. Normally, we can have Fujiwara like 3 or 4 seconds in front of everybody else. But last year, he had a good battle with Nakatomi here for P1. And this time, he got a tough challenge from 3 or 4 riders behind him.
Fujiwara, Ito, Koyama, Zamri, Iwata, Zakwan, Dimaseki. There's your top 7.
Zakwan made his move on Iwata. Now Zakwan up to 5th, but the real story is still in front. The top 3 Japanese rider in the Fujiwara, Ito, and also Koyama still battling hard. This is a penultimate lap.
And Koyama has made his move into 2nd place. He's taken over from Ito. So Fujiwara, Ito now drops to 3rd, tries to get back on the inside and does so successfully. And Zamri Baba is trying to take advantage of the confusion. What a race we've got at Autopolis. Fujiwara is taking advantage by extending his lead. But behind him, Ito back into 2nd, Koyama 3rd, and Zamri Baba is in 4th. But how about this for some magical work?
Wow, we've seen how Ito coming from the inside, and like you say, a little bit of confusion, and almost there Zamri Baba got an advantage to be on 3rd. But still, we have Iwata, Koyama maintaining his 3rd place in front of Zamri Baba.
Okay, so we're down to the business end of this 600cc Super Sports race number 1. Katsuaki Fujiwara, the defending champion and the favourite, is leading the way, and he's now beginning to stretch a little bit of a lead. Behind him, you've got Ito and Koyama, and Zamri Baba holding on in 4th place, looking to try and pick up some kind of error from either of the Japanese in front of him. But even Zamri is under pressure in 4th from Zakwan and Iwata.
It looks like Fujiwara now creating a gap, increasing the gap between him and Ito in 2nd place. I believe that Fujiwara is showing the real Kawasaki Fujiwara with one lap or in the last lap down the battle for the second place that we are really watching now.
Fujiwara leads by 0.32 of a second ahead of Ito. Koyama third and Zamri Barber is in fourth. Zakwan, as you pointed out earlier, he is the man who's putting pressure on his teammate Zamri Barber, so that's a battle to look out for in fourth, because Zamri, while he's got his eye on a top 3 berth, he could indeed drop out of the top 4 if he's not careful. At the moment though, it's Japan 1, 2, 3, Fujiwara, Ito, Koyama, Zamri and then Zakwan.
Well, I thought it was over for Fujiwara, but it's not over yet, because he still got 4 riders right behind him, and now I believe he had less than a second only separating the top 5 riders. Ito is pushing very hard behind Fujiwara, and then we have Koyama also using his experience to be in front. And now watch out for Zamri trying to make his move.
Zamri is trying to make his move around the outside. He can't get there. He'll try and nip on the inside. Can he get inside Koyama? The answer is no, he can't. And Fujiwara can extend his lead down the hill. Ito second. Koyama is in third. And Zamri has a little look. Zakwan has a little look on Zamri. It's that close. There is less than a second between the top 5.
Still Fujiwara still in front with a little gap, but now we will see a great battle behind between Ito and also Koyama and Zamri and Zakwan. That's interesting to see.
So as they come into the final section of this wonderful Autopolis circuit, they'll be coming round the right-hander, slingshot into the home straight, and Fujiwara has indeed gone from pole to finish it. Fujiwara from Ito, from Koyama, from Zamri Barber, from Zakwan, from Iwata, and Ratapong comes in 7th. Less than 1 second separate the top 6, but Katsuaki Fujiwara picks up maximum points. Yuki Ito 2nd, Koyama 3rd. What a race!
What a race. We have less than a second between the top 6 riders. We still have Fujiwara winning the race here in Autopolis. And, well, it's surprising to see Yuki Ito in 2nd and with Koyama 3rd. I was expecting Zamri Baba and also Zakwan Zaidi who can do very well here in Autopolis based on their the performance that they're doing now currently this year. But well, it's Yuki Ito in 2nd place, Koyama 3rd, Zamri Dam to 4th, and Zakwan Zaidi 5th. But Jackie Swangswat, who surprised everybody yesterday, he failed to do it well in the race.
Well, he came 8th in all. Confirmation, Fujiwara from Ito, from Koyama. Zamri Barber will retain his championship lead. Zakwan improving his points as well. They're the top 10. Dimaseki coming in 9th. Further down, Ahmad Fuad Barudin picking up 13th place. Tajiri 14th. Yudhistira, that's not a good result for the Indonesian, who was 2nd in the overall standings. He won't pick up any points today. The Aussies, Patrick Olsen, struggling down there, as did Hudson Pitt. The not finishers, Michael Blair, Haslan Shah, Inagaki and Rianda, who didn't start. Okay, listen, we'll have the clouds are expected, mist is expected, even a little bit of rain possibly expected as well. But Satohira, Tsusaka Satohira, Executive Director here at Autopolis, he makes the presentation. And it's very much an all Japanese affair out there, Hami.
Yeah, this time around it's all Japanese in Super Sport 600cc. We have Zamri Baba, we have Azlan Shah last year. And Zamri gave his best here in Autopolis. Well, like I said just now, he had some changes to his bike, still struggling to find the best setup, but we saw that he's giving a good fight in the race, and maybe in the second race that he will find the best setup for the bike. The team will find the best setup for him to at least give a challenge to be on the podium in the race too. That will be important for Zamri for his title this year.
Katsuaki Fujiwara, that's an excellent result for him in terms of the championship. It's his first victory of the season. He had a 2nd in Sepang and a 3rd in Sepang as well. No podium finishers in Sentul. Team award to beat Kawasaki, of which Fujiwara is the only rider.
It's been quite some time you see Fujiwara winning the race. Last year we have Azlan Shah Kamul Zaman dominating the race, and we saw Fujiwara won here